Hello, my name is Dr. Paris and I'm Deputy Principal of Fremont-Elizabeth City High School. Today I'm looking at documentation. Now class, if you go to your home drive, you'll see these folders. Now for those who have been doing it for a year for me, you'll see 4 folders, one for each of the modules which we have done. But for those that just started this semester, you only see 2 folders. You will see application programming and you'll see web programming. Right now looking at application programming as we're looking at today. Okay, so in the application programming you'll find the following. You'll find inside there 3 free files. There's a picture file which eventually you'll put your pictures in. Now we're doing the web Pokies application. So eventually when you change the words to pictures, you'll have your pictures of whatever might be in there. The fruit, or you might have a pokey theme around cars or celebrities. This is a web Pokies project, that's what we're looking at today. And so far we've done this. We've looked at the Poke machine and we've got the Poke machine generating random windows. 1, 2, 3, and then the fruits keep changing. It all comes from this code here, as we've been working on. So look, there it is. Basically, letting the computer know, or the web page browser knows on modern web page. We start a web page from here, behind the scenes there, etc. And we started our basic core of a Poke machine. Now, the important part now for us is the documentation. This part here is a requirement. Now, you can see documentation, you got a template in your folder, and it's a very basic template. It's got all the aspects required for documentation there. Validation, right through the review, bibliography, so all those parts are there. What you're required to do is change parts of it and make it look different, okay, obviously. So what we're doing here is change here to a name. Well, let's call the student name here is top student. Let's name the student. So then you put your name in there and you save your work, obviously. Now the next part of documentation requires content. Now this content is a template. You need to change it as you add more stuff and more pages to each of those sections of documentation. The page numbers are going to be changed manually. So if you keep referring to this to make sure it's changed. Today we're looking at the first part of documentation called the analysis, and then the next part we're looking at design, through to implementation, after validation, and finally review with bibliography at the end. So let's start with the first part, and that's our podcast for today. Okay, for analysis, there's a set of instructions there. Right. Basically tell us what your Poke machine is going to look like, the elements of it, etc. So you need to replace all that with your stuff. Now the first part of that is maybe tell us about the purpose. Right. So tell us about the purpose of what you're trying to do, and there we go. The application being programmed here is of a web Pokies game. Now the thing is, you have to put that in your own words. So there's a bit of a purpose. You might want to write yours a bit longer, but there's at least 3 parts to this that go with this. The first part is this part here, and that's the part of the fruit choice. Now for this example I'm using fruit, but you can use cars, celebrities. But I've got here the web Pokies app, which we're developing right now. We'll select from 6 different fruit, or 5 fruit in one car really. So the fruit choice will be apple, banana, pineapple, cherry, watermelon, car. Now it doesn't really matter what you got there, you can choose whatever 6 items you want. Like I said, it can be celebrities. Now notice here it starts from 0 through to 5, because you've got to remember the computer starts counting at the off state is 0. So not at 1 like humans do, so it keeps throwing us off. So 6 items in computer terms are 0 plus 5. That's 6 items. Okay, the next part required for us to work out is this part here. This part here is the windows. Now, the Pokies Windows display, I'm going to have 3 panels or 3 windows that's going to show the mystery fruit being displayed. So there'll be 3 windows displaying the fruit choice. This choice appears on the web page. Each window will be randomly selected from the 6 fruit choice and display it separately. There you go. Again, last quarter window 0, 1, 2 is opposed to 1, 2, 3 because computers start counting at 0, not at 1. And like I said, it can be rather annoying. The third part of this section is the winnings and loss. So that's the third part. There will be 3 ways of winning, and everything else will be a loss, basically. So the winning and loss, there'll be a jackpot. The 3 windows, if these 3 windows show car, 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 you got a jackpot. If these 3 windows show any 3 of anything, in this case either 3 bananas or 3 apples, then you've got 1 3 of a kind. If these 3 windows show 2 of anything, so you might have a watermelon, a banana, a watermelon, then you've won 2 of a kind. But anything else, if you don't see 2 of the same, 3 of the same, or a jackpot, is regarded as a loss. Now that's the documentation for that section called analysis. Remember, put your own words and make sure it's done. Thank you for watching.